Well, first, I would like to give Richmond credit. I thought they played an excellent game. Really, really executed well, both offensively and defensively. And, I thought we were not ready to play today. We weren't ready to compete. Barring, there was no excuses. That's just from jump. And I felt that in shoot around today. Not because of injuries, not because of anything. It's really next man up. And you have to have that mentality. You have to be ready to play and compete. And that's your opportunity. And I thought opening the game and giving four wide open threes with lack of second effort on defensively is not who we are. And so, really disappointed in our compete today. I really was. And I thought we just weren't ready with a sense of urgency that you need at home with a great opportunity. And that's what we said in this room before the game. Great opportunity for, a great team coming in to get a win and just didn't play at any level to even compete with Richmond tonight. We really didn't. We got our butts kicked.
Question for Coach.
Tammi, how much are you adjusting
It's really, really hard right now. So, trying to find, different lineups that can function. And then our what we can run is very limited with certain lineups. So the youth, if we go with the guards, and they're very young, and they make a lot of mistakes. So we went with a big lineup starting today, but it's really difficult starting AD at the three with their inability to shoot outside shots. So our packages, our rotations, they do take a hit with the injuries we have, especially with Inez and Tisha. They're two key guards for us. Tisha's key. She's our scorer. She spreads the floor. She does a lot for us. But you this is a great opportunity for other kids to get minutes, though, valuable minutes. So when those players do come back, we need to be ready, and that's part of the game. No one cares that you're injured. They just care that they're going to come in here and they're going to beat you. So we have to make the adjustments. We've got to be able to find different lineups to get us through the games, both offensively and defensively.
What's the status for those two moving forward?
Inez should be ready here in a few days. She's, it's a little sore, so we want her to get healthy. Tisha's still a couple weeks out. Tisha was like a 3 week to get her off that leg, and so we'll evaluate at the end of every week. She's getting better, so that's a great sign. But she's still probably 2 weeks out. We have a tough week next week, but then we have the bye week, which is good. So she could be a probable for St. Joe's.
Coach, just talk about media again, another 20-point game. How much can that help you guys move forward?
Well, it's hard to say in a game like this because her points a lot came late, and really it really didn't matter. And so you need to do that in the beginning of the game. That would matter a little bit more. So a lot of the stats, I don't look at past the first 2 quarters, the 3 quarters. That fourth quarter, we weren't in the game. So anyone, you can take a lot of shots and score, and the other teams relax. They have a 20-point lead, but she was aggressive in the second half. I give that to her. She got to the basket, but we needed that in the first half, not the second half.
Coach, what about 9-0? Couple steals, great, good block by 10. What did you say going into the second quarter that got them to play with such spark?
Well, it was really compete level, and we have to have some urgency. We got to go out, and you're not going to make it up all in one shot. So let's get disciplined, let's get solid, and you have to have a sense of urgency and compete. So a little bit more energy is what we needed, and they came out of that, and they put a string together where they played a little bit harder than they did when they started the game.
Like you said, they were open. How do you adjust that so you start out?
Again, that was second effort. We talk about it all the time. You got to be ready to defend. And there was a lackadaisical kind of energy to us to open the game. And you can't against that team. They can shoot. And I mean they can really shoot. So, it was supposed to be defend the three, take it away, multiple effort, rotate, talk, and we didn't. And you give up 4 threes like that, and they were wide open. That set the tone for the game. That was it. And we were playing catch up the whole game from that. So, again, how you start the games matter, from warm up on, and from shoot around today. It wasn't a great shoot around. So, trying to get them a little bit more sense of urgency and talking about that. And it didn't motivate them today. And so, that's on me. I got to get them ready. I got to get them ready to play with a little bit more compete than that. That we apologize to our fans. That was not Rhode Island basketball today. That's probably one of the worst games I've seen us play in probably 3 years. You got to stay focused. You got to stay focused at the task at hand. But more importantly, you got to learn from this. Why did this happen? And then the next day in practice, and it all starts with each individual that takes that court, including the coaching staff. We take responsibility first and foremost. But at some point, the players got to show up, and they got to want to win. They got to want to compete, and they got to know at what level it takes to win. And you can feel sorry for yourself, and you can put your head down and woe is me, but that's not going to get it done. We got to come back, refocus, take the floor. We have off tomorrow. Take that practice floor and get better and answer the why this happened. And we can't let that happen again. And we got to have some answers to those questions, and we got to fix it. And that happens day by day. It's not a quick fix. You don't magically show up and win games. You got to prepare for it. And we have to do a better job at the intangible things: sense of urgency, compete level, physicality, all those things that it takes to win basketball games. And so it's a process. It's one day at a time, but you can't lose focus. You can't get down. And even though we're going through some adversity, you've got to get better every day. Don't worry, the cavalry's coming. They're coming back. So at some point, you got to understand, well, now I got to get better. And that's what we have to do as a team, but it's got to start collectively with each individual. It really does. And you got to stay in a positive mind frame. You can't, I don't blame them for this. It's collectively, it's us. And we've got to fix it. And we will fix it. But you got to stay positive, and you got to stay together as a group.
You have about a third of the A10 season left. Is that part of the message too, that there's still time here?
Well, yeah, every game you want to play to win. It's for seeding. And then, our goal is to get healthy going into the A10 tournament. We really have to get healthy. And we've got some other kids banged up too. So every game matters, every practice, and we take it one game at a time. We're not looking too far ahead. We've got to just every practice and every game, just get healthy, stay together, and get better. And not lose that hunger to want to win, and not lose what can happen once the A10 tournament starts. You can't, just because possibly you can't win the regular season. Well, there's a lot more to play for, and you got to remind them of that constantly. I got to remind myself of that constantly, because when you take an L like this, it's not easy. It really isn't, but it's got to be that way.
Sophie had a big game last time you guys played Richmond last month. Who's obviously contained today. Did you notice a change in defensive game plan for them, or just simply?
Well, when you lose two guards, when you lose Tisha, now you're going to get face guarded, and that's what's happening to her. When you don't have those other guards that you got to be wary of, you have Tisha on the floor, you got to pay attention to her. So now Sophie's just they're really physical with her. They're face guarding her, and they're not letting it. When she does catch the ball, they're all over. So it's difficult for her right now to score. And so, she's got to learn a little bit, some nuances of the game on how to get open, how to handle physicality, and we'll help her with that. But, you got to be able to stretch the floor and have some other weapons. And, that's what she's seeing. So it's really been tough for her the past couple games, because they're focused on her. And when Tisha went down, now you just see there's no help off her. They just face guard and stay in her. And that's tough as a player, to get beat up and just shadowed all the way around. So tonight was a tough night for Soph. She had a tough night.
Coach, obviously, Katie didn't knock down her shots tonight, but when you talk about stretching the floor, it seems like she was right place, right time on all 3 of her looks. You saw you on the sideline, giving her good energy. It seemed like she came off and made the most of her minutes. What did you say to her after the game? Got 3 good looks at it. It's that she doesn't normally get.
Well, the one thing Katie does is, out of all our kids, she does everything right to perfection. The scout, the energy, she tries to do everything in practice right. Trying to learn the game has been a little bit for her, but she's gotten more and more confident. And so, tonight I thought it was a great opportunity to really give her some minutes, some quality minutes, not just at the end of the game, but even during the game. And I thought she did a really, really nice job. I thought she was very solid, both defensively, rebounding, and spotting up and shooting the ball. So I thought she got good quality minutes, and I thought she made the most of them today. Out of all our freshmen, I thought, but she's been ready for it. She's been very patient for it also. But Katie, probably out of all of our kids, tries the hardest to do everything right. And it was nice to finally give her some minutes to reward her for that, because she does. I thought she played a solid game, even though she didn't hit her shots. I thought she didn't hurt us in other areas, where some of our other freshmen struggled tonight defensively. I thought Katie was pretty solid.
Any kind of
2 things maybe near and dear to your heart. One, Women's Day nationally, pride night.
Well, obviously, Women in Sports Day is absolutely, you pay homage to the past, the present, and the future. And there was a lot of young girls here today, that it's really, really important that they see what they want to be. And so, I love this day, and then obviously Pride Day as well. Love is love, and we celebrate that. So I'm just sad that we couldn't give both, special occasions, the respect they did with our play, because I don't think we played our best today to really honor Pride Day and National Women's in Sports Day. So, I do wish we would have played better, but great crowd today again. I apologize to our fans. I thought they were spectacular. They came out in full force today, and really, really support us. And, I'm disappointed that we didn't play, not that we didn't play our best, but we didn't play harder for them. We didn't compete today for them. I think we laid down a little bit. So, I really want to say to them, thank you for coming out, supporting us, and staying for the whole game. And don't bail on us. We'll be back. Don't worry, we'll be back.
All right, on that note, thank you everyone, and we'll see you on Sunday.